Okay, it's time for another CRA tip. So, I think you've heard me say before that 95%, if not 100%, of banks underreport their community development loans. And why is that? Well, of course, the bank is busy driving impact through taking in deposits and redeploying loans and opportunities in the communities in which they serve. And our commercial lenders are out busy meeting the credit needs of their community, and they're not always thinking about the community development implications of those loans. And so it's very hard to identify those community development loans because, as CRA professionals, we need to get down to the purpose and the impact. And they naturally, organically serve their customers. And then at the back end, we're stuck mining for community development loans. So there's a lack of understanding at the front end, right, at origination. And then most CRA professionals are at the back end scrubbing for community development loans and finding the impact that was naturally forged through organic lending activity. So this is something I see a lot in the banks that I work with, not only in the CRA hub, but through various conferences and webinars. And this is something that all banks are wrestling with. So what I see some banks doing is educating the commercial lenders and the lending teams and creating little micro moments and micro training and looping back when a community development loan was identified to just say, hey, Bob, thank you so much for raising the flag on this possible community development loan. It in fact counted, and let me tell you why, and just keep it quick and top of mind, and thanking the commercial lenders for their great work. And another way is to maybe send quarterly reports back to the line for any community development loans that you identified that actually count that they originated, right? So finding just small little moments to loop back and to educate and to build that culture of compliance so that the commercial business units understand their role in community development. And then occasionally when you're doing that training, say, if you remotely think that your loan might count as a community development loan, we want to know about it because we might miss it on the back end. And as you know, this is very expensive for financial institutions, right? It's most efficient to identify community development loans on purpose with the business units. But we tend to, and most banks tend to, identify through very expensive mining. And what that means is, our loan officers are organically, originating loans, but then our CRA professionals and compliance officers are back at their desks, scrubbing through, finding a credit approval memorandum, trying to understand the sources and uses of cash, and trying to identify the purpose that then fits for one of the four hooks. So lots of energy and lots of work around identifying community development loans. So my tip is to find micro moments to raise awareness around community development loans that are originated organically through your bank, and finding more systemic ways to mine for community development loans. And that will be a topic for a future CRA tip. Well, I hope this was helpful. Bye for now.